Hello, fellow notaries. This is Liz Head bringing you a notary nugget for today. And my nugget today is don't pay for training. You can do it yourself. Don't pay for training. You can do it yourself. So, an inspiring notary signing agent. In order to get started on your self-taught journey, my recommendations are as follows. I didn't say it was going to be easy, but I said you can do it. You have to read and you have to comprehend what you're reading, what you have read. Reading is fundamental. You must do your research in order for you to do this yourself. To start your research, go to the Secretary of State. Read and understand the requirements to become a notary. Read and understand what you can, cannot, should not do as a notary. Check out the free classes that they have on that site. Then you go to the National Notary Association. Pretty much you're going to do the same thing. Select your state, read and comprehend what's required. Look at the training materials that they have there on the National Notary Association's website. Some of it is free. And especially they have a source document book, which tells you about the loan documents. And that's not a bad looking book. I may not give you everything that you're looking for. It may not give you potential scripts that you could use, but it certainly will give you a lot of the documents that you will see in a loan signing. Not everything is going to include every single document that you will see because every loan package is going to be different. But you also go to the American Association of Notaries. You do the same thing. Select your state and read and comprehend what it takes to become a loan signing agent. Look at some YouTube videos. There are a lot of those. Absolutely, just full. YouTube is full of notary YouTubes. You may want to start with my video. Of course, I want you to start with mine to get you started. Read some blogs. Go to 123 Notary. Go to Notary Cafe. Once you start looking at the blogs, it's going to lead you to other blogs. So just read some blogs and understand what you're reading. Purchase Bill Soroka's Sign and Thrive book. You can get that on Amazon. Purchase Professor Clausen's Notary Best Practice, Expert Guide to Notarization. That too is dealing with a lot of the laws. So read those things, purchase and read those books. Now, finally, here comes the hard part. You got to get your mindset right. You got to find that motivation. What's motivating you to do this? After you determine what your motivation is, make a written declaration of what you've learned. Organize what you've learned. Determine how you will put what you learned into action. Determine how you're going to implement your action plan. Determine who and how you will direct your marketing efforts. Remember, this is a sales job. You're going to sell yourself, sell your service. Google a list of signing services and title companies to present yourself and your abilities. You can find a whole lot of lists of signing services on those Facebook pages, which we're going to talk about a little bit in a minute. But those lists are out there for you to help you get started. But you got to pace yourself. There's a lot of information, and you don't want to burn yourself out early in the game. There we are. Told you we're going to talk about Facebook. But I didn't say go to Facebook and ask questions such as, how do I get started? How do I recognize and explain loan documents? I just got my notary commission and I passed the NNA exam. Will you mentor me? Will you mentor me is a big one. Instead, use Facebook like a networking opportunity, not to learn how to do your business as a notary signing agent. Do not use Facebook for you to learn how to do this work. At best, you're going to get some fragmented answers from a lot of different people. Oftentimes, it is a person's individual opinion, and that has not been sourced by any reputable source. We all have our opinions. I got mine. Now, you decide whether or not this is going to be a business or a side gig. Basically, it doesn't make a difference because you still got to do the business the right way, whether it's a business or whether it's a side gig. You just won't do as much of it if it's a side gig. But visit your local chambers for information on setting up your business. Your city's website, they may have information out there about how to set up your business. Your Secretary of State will have information about how to set up your business. In fact, I've got the Secretary of State's information in my Facebook in the file section from a class that I went to last year about how to set up your business. Google how to start a business. Be discerning. You determine whether or not you should be a sole proprietor or obtain an EIN number. For instance, if you wanted to become an LLC instead of sole proprietor, you would need an EIN number. But everyone's circumstances are different, and therefore a tax preparer is best to assist you in making the decisions about whether or not you want to be or you should be a sole proprietor or a LLC. So use your tax preparer for that. Whatever you are researching to get started, look at least 3 sources is my recommendation. Compare the information from those sources and make the best decision that you can for your business. Lead your own business ventures instead of simply following what someone said you ought to do. Do your research, then you decide what's best for you. We all have different, we are all different, and therefore we have different approaches. But basically, you're going to start with some research. I don't think that should be different for any of us. So you're going to make the decision about how you're going to create the opportunities to add value to the community we serve and to make some money. Ultimately, we're all in this to make some money. Well, I shouldn't say all, but most of us are out here working. We're not going just because we're bored. We're working because we need the extra cash. You're going to have to invest in yourself. You're going to invest time, a lot of time, especially if you're doing it yourself. A lot of time, and you're also going to have to invest some money. Now, I will tell you from personal experience, to start this type business is very low cost, but there is a cost associated with getting set up to do this business, as you will find in your research, which is another thing. As you're researching, you start jotting down what it's going to cost you to become a notary, what it's going to cost you to become a signing agent, what it's going to cost you for equipment, so forth and so on. I just saw on a blog, Facebook, said somebody advised that you don't need a scanner. Well, you do. You do need a scanner, but you got to have a printer. You got to have a dual tray printer. You got to have a computer. Some things you just can't do on the phone. So you start looking at what your needs are. You identify what it's going to cost you to start this business before you jump into it. Do your research. Do your research. And that's also going to tell you whether or not this type of business is a good fit for you. Somebody else said, well, if I'm a mobile notary, does that mean I've got to go to people's houses? Yeah, you're going to go where they want to meet you, because that's the whole idea. You are mobile. You go to them. You are a mobile signing agent. To quick start your business, you started doing all that research and stuff, and you decide, wow, this is a lot. This is a lot. I need to quick start my business. That's when you're going to start looking at getting formal training, and you're going to be prepared to pay for the training. We have training programs that we put together for you. We've already done that research and we have put it together in one place. However, you have to do your research on the training programs as well. Understand what you're looking for. Look at least 3 different training programs. Determine how you learn best. And obviously, I want you to come to my program. I want you to look at my program first. However, we've got to make sure that my training style is right for you. You know how you can have 3 different people all saying the same thing, but it's the delivery of that information that you're going to hear. If you've got the information, but you don't get it because the delivery of that information was not conducive to your style of learning, then of course, that may not be the right fit for you. So you take a look at some of our videos, see how we train. What you see in my videos is pretty much what you're gonna get. Sometimes we may stop and do a dance. And especially if I kind of notice somebody dozing off, we're all gonna get up and do a little dance. I'm not kidding, we do that. But anyway, that's what I offer you as far as the training is concerned. Do it yourself or quick start it and go pay for some quality training. So I'm always looking to add value to the notary community. So visit my website visit my YouTube channel. Also, just email me if you have a specific question that's not related to will you mentor me. Also, you can always call me. I will answer the phone unless I'm in a closing. And if I'm in a closing, I'm going to call you back. So I want y'all to go out and get started on do it yourself, and then come on over and let us give you some quality training. Thank you so much for allowing me to be with you today, and you go and make it a good day.